Greetings, noble guests. My name is NobleQuest, and welcome back to Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky. Last time we began my quest to reclaim the lost footage that I accidentally deleted from my prior session. We went to the commercial city of Bose, met Mayor Mabel, who has essentially officially asked the Bracer Guild, i.e. us, to look into the disappearance of the Linde. So with a letter from her, came to Hacken Gate to see General Morgan, who hates bracers, and met a eccentric blonde man at the local bar. Anyway, let's get into... I could hear some arguing. Was there some kind of problem with another traveler? No, nothing big like that. That aside, could you let us meet with the general? Yeah, he's inside. His office is the last door on the left. Make sure you don't go wandering around in other places where you're not permitted. Okay, last door on the left. End of the hall on the left. It looks like this is the general's room. Knock. Alright, here goes nothing. Are you here on behalf of Mayor Mabel? That's right. Very well, come inside. Thank you for seeing us. I'm glad that you came. My name is Morgan. I've been tasked with guarding the Hacken Gate by Her Majesty, Queen Alicia. It's an honor to meet you, sir. We are all here on behalf of Mayor Mabel. Please pardon our intrusion during such a busy time. There's no need to apologize. I've known Mabel since she was but a child. I couldn't imagine her ignoring her request, much less one from the mayor. Alright then. Would you please read this first? Handed over Mayor Mabel's letter. So it's about missing airliner, is it? Under ordinary circumstances, that information would be strictly confidential, but considering this is a request coming from her, I'll tell you everything I know. Sweet! Why are you happy about something that doesn't concern you? Crap, I should have kept my mouth shut. The mayor appears quite distraught over the situation, and so we want to do anything we can to assist her. I see. Well, I'm glad to hear she's been blessed with some good people around her. Let me get... It's hard to take what he says, like any positive things that he says seriously, considering his face seems to be in an almost, like, eternal grimace. Let me get right down to things and explain the status of our search efforts. Please do. The airliner, Linde, disappeared on its way to Roland after taking off from the Bose landing port. Presently, we have units searching all areas of the region, but we've yet to come up with anything. So what you're saying is the possibility of the incident being caused by monsters or an accident is fairly slim, right? If an airship of that size had crashed, it likely would have been discovered in the initial search efforts. Yes, that's exactly right. In fact, the flight route between Bose and Roland goes over some plains that would allow a commanding view of the land. And of course, the probability of the airliner going down in Valeria Lake or the ocean is extremely low. Boy, am I relieved to hear it's probably not a worst-case scenario like that. So if those have been ruled out, then that leaves the door open to the possibility that the airship could have been taken, right? Which makes me think that the only remaining motives must be to loot the cargo or demand a ransom for the hostages. In other words, a hijacking, right? Also, considering the geographical conditions, it could have been a covert operation carried out by the Imperial Army. And that would be really big news if that were the case. What's the matter, General? I was just thinking that that's quite an impressive assessment for some civilians. You also considered the possibility that the Imperial Army was involved, so we've enforced strict regulations on the flow of information. An international incident, if taken lightly, could result in another war. But thanks to the small mercies of Idios, the possibility of another conflict disappeared earlier this morning. Certain organizations sent a letter to the royal family in Orbital Ship Co. claiming responsibility and demanding a ransom for the passengers. His organization goes by the name of the Capua family. The Capua family? It couldn't be who I think it is, could it? Certainly appears to be that way. The Sky Bandits who've been operating in the shadows in the Bows region are led by 3 siblings at their head. I take it you've heard of them. Not only have we heard of them, we just had a run-in with them in Roland. Can't believe those good-for-nothing thieves have managed to create such a big incident here in Bows. Estelle? Oops. You had a run-in with them in Roland? I'd heard of some of their gang and showed over in the Roland region, but I think he's onto us. Yeah, because of you and your big mouth. I see now. Thought the way you were able to analyze the situation was strange for mere commoners. Never would have guessed that a girl and a couple of kids like you were bracers. What are you calling kids? Just for the record, Mayor Mabel did in fact request we come here and talk to you. Silence, deceivers! Get in here, men. He looks pretty pissed. This is how a hard-nosed military man acts, eh? What's the matter, General? Do these visitors try to pull anything funny? These bracers need to be shown the door. Throw them out immediately. So what's your problem, old man? Trying to brush us off like bugs. You're no different. Hiding your identity so you could try and finagle some information out of me. It's because you pull underhanded actions like this that bracers can't be trusted. Also, there were 2 that's. Actually, which kind of makes sense. Never mind. So what do you get off calling it finagling? It's your own fault since you didn't share information with the guild to begin with. Nonsense. Who in their right mind would leave an incident this big in the hands of a mere civilian group? I swear, of all the stupid things Mabel could have tried to pull, hiring a bunch of kids like this and getting away with our search party. How about you cover the crap, General? Why do you think we had to come all the way from Roland to begin with? It's because when it comes down to it, you military morons can't do your job. What did you just say? Holy cow. Sure, it's really pissed, alright. For the past few months, you've known about the string of burglaries which seemed to be the work of the Sky Bandits, right? And who, knowing full well it was them, dumped the workload onto the guild instead of looking into it themselves like they should have, huh? And now the second this incident happens, you get on your high horse with an attitude. You've got nothing to show for it. No hostages or even the location of the missing airliner. Don't you think that's an embarrassment to the entire kingdom? Silence, girl. The military is an organization that runs on discipline and does not take action on a whim. Unlike a group I know of who didn't think ahead and let the Sky Bandits escape, so enough of your insolence. So you're really looking for a fight, aren't you? How sad it is to see such discord. Yeah, before Discord was an online service. Strife brings nothing to be born, but only extends the barren wilderness within our hearts. Let me sing a requiem for you all, one to soothe your parched souls. A gentle yet wistful tune, to bathe your brittle spirits and cause the deserts of your heart to bloom. Brightly shooting stars, leaving trails in the skies. Like a guiding light, they show me the way to your eyes. This yearning passion tears my heart in twain, and the cruel moon mocks my pain. If this fleeting dream shall never be, a single wound will remain in my heart for all to see. Our passionate first and final kiss. Your tears to me are an amber bliss. Let us immure this eternal love. I can't believe they let him sing the entire song. Hair flip. Haha! Looks like you all understood what I was trying to get across. What is it that is most precious above all? That's love and peace, baby. I think it's about time for the search party to be returning with the reports. That's right, General. I should get back to my duties and make sure you don't let these kids in again. Oh, and canceling further checks on the travelers along the Eisen Road. Having these kids around any longer would just be an eyesore. Right away, sir. He ran away. I wish we could escape. He's still right behind us, isn't he? Ha ha ha! No matter which country you visit, military men lack romanticism. But you lot, on the other hand, appear to appreciate my aesthetic sense. You know, maybe we should get going ourselves. Yeah, good idea. We had a bit of trouble, but we did manage to get some information. After we head back to Bose, how about we think about our future plan of attack? Where are you going? Wait for me! I mean, please wait for me! Okay, he managed to talk them into going back to the bar for tea. Let me try and introduce myself again. I'm Olivier Lenheim, a wandering bard and musician by trade. As you already know, I'm an Erebonian touring your fair Libero. I'm Estelle, and... Now wait a minute, why do we have to introduce ourselves to you? Easy, Estelle, he didn't intercede for us back there. I'm Joshua. And I'm Sherazard. Things were getting pretty heated, and I'm glad you stepped in before something really bad happened. Let me just say thanks. Ha, you've got nothing to thank me for. All you did what any person who loves beauty and peace would have done. However, if you insist, how about going on a date with me for a day? I'm gonna have to pass on that. First of all, I don't have that sort of free time. That's too bad. Alright then, I guess I'll accept Joshua as a substitute. Please, adults, don't flirt with minors. What do I have to do with any of this? Please don't involve me in your questionable humor. Well, that's odd. I didn't mean it as a joke. Saying that makes you even more questionable. Now, just a minute. How come you didn't invite me on a date? Not that she would have... You. I don't know how to put this, but you're a bit lacking in the sexy department. You might want to think about taking a lesson or two for your friends here. Well, excuse me for not being sexy. And just what do you mean by saying I should take a few lessons from Joshua? Calm down, Estelle. I think you're cute enough just the way you are. Though I guess it's true. You are a bit lackluster in the sexy category. What'd you just say? Oh, good grief. Anyway, like I said before, we're busy. I'm sorry there's not a better way to thank you, but we've got to get going. Then how about you take me along with you to the city of Bose? This is my first time in Liberal, after all, and I'd like to request a guide. Oh, that's all you want, then I don't mind. Sure, now just a second. It's the least we can do, and we're headed to the same place anyway. Plus, acting as a guide is one of a bracer's many duties. Oh, alright, I guess we're stuck with him until then. If he tries to sink his poisonous fangs of lust into Joshua. Estelle? Don't you worry, Joshua. I'll save you from his perverted attentions if he tries anything funny. What is it exactly you'll think he'll try? Please don't refer to me like I'm some sort of ferocious beast. I'd rather you call me a hunter of love. Even love stealer wouldn't be that bad of a title either. Are you right in the head? So how about it, everyone? Shall we leave for Bose? I'm counting on you all to get me there safely. Now let us be off. Who died and made you later? Hey, wait a minute, you. I'm not done worrying about the grisly fate that waits you if you sully Joshua's innocence. Alright, well. Okay, so, Olivia is now in the party. Interesting that you can... Yeah, I think based on the space available, I think we can have up to 5 characters. Okay, maybe with Olivia around we can take these birds. Take that. Yeah, also, his voice is really, really deep. Considering his characterization. Like, seriously. He sounds more... The voice acting sounds more like a more gruff... like a more gruff hero.
Take that.
Okay, tear on self. Oh my goodness. Alright, let's do this. Why doesn't that do anything? Like, seriously, it should do something, right?
99, kitty cats.
Like, the dialogue seems right, but... Like, the dialogue seems right, and yet... the voice doesn't. Like, I'm not a professional voice actor or anything, but, but I'm pretty sure that this character should not have a voice that deep. Anyway. Oh man, that feather storm is Actually, what arts do you have? Okay, Joshua.
That's that. Let's
There
move out.
we go. So yeah, oh yeah, that's right. My theory about the
99.
the threat coming from within Liberal. So they mentioned the Capua family, right? Well, I think that there's some power behind them. Like, they're not... the Sky Bandits aren't just working alone. They're working with someone. It's probably something like, oh, hey, you'll get a large cut of the money if you do this for us.
Take that.
Wait, what's... Actually, I don't think I've ever seen Olivier's ultimate thing. And I might continue to not see it for a while.
Enjoy the show.
Yeah, you see, dialogue right, voice wrong. Anyway, yeah, I think that there's a faction within Liberal, actually, that's behind this. What? Did you just summon one of those things?
Let me show you the true essence. Take that.
Oh my goodness. Okay, that was really cool. Probably should have slowed down for that. Okay, tier on self.
Take that.
Okay. Alright.
piece of cake.
Yeah, there we go. So I think there's... Yeah, and honestly, it would be too easy to blame General Morgan. Simply because he hates bracers. I think General Morgan, in general, is... He's definitely holding the Bracer Guild...
Enjoy the show.
He's definitely holding the Bracer Guild back. He's definitely an inconvenience. But I feel like it would just be too easy to blame him. I feel like he's a red herring, so to speak.
Let's move out.
So yeah. So yeah, there we go. The only thing that I'm still so I'm fairly certain that my theory is correct here. I just don't know A, who exactly is behind it, and B, how Cassius fits into it. Like, whoever's responsible probably sent Cassius that letter in the first place. So this is Beau's, is it? It's more urban than I'd imagined. That building over there is Beau's Market, no? Well, you seem to be quite knowledgeable. Are you sure this is really your first time in Liberl? Huh, I was smart enough to buy a tourist guidebook before I left. One published by your very own Liberl News, no less. A guidebook? Do they really sell such things? I don't know how to say it, but we live in a really convenient age. Just wait until smartphones, buddy. So, do you intend to go shopping at the Beau's Market now? Yep, after doing a bit of window shopping, I plan to dress up and dine out. You aren't already dressed up? Anyway, according to the guide, there's supposed to be a 3-star restaurant in town. Out of how many stars, Josh? How many stars live here? Right, the place we ate out with the mayor, or... Let me just say is I guess this is the place. The Anteros, authentic Liberl cuisine, or so they say. Indeed, no doubt this is the place. I'm quite looking forward to it. I suppose it costs a pretty mirror if you decide to go with a full-course meal. I'd have to recommend a normal bar any day over this. Worry not, my fair lady, I've brought sufficient travel expenses. And if that's not enough, I'll earn more with my superb skills. Superb skills? You're not talking about your songs and musical renditions, are you? Can you actually earn Mira with that crap? Ha! I've starred as the main opera singer at the great theater in the Erebonian capital before. If I remember right, I once earned 1 million Mira in a single night. Big fat liar. Alright, everyone, good work. I guess this is farewell until fate brings us together once more. Adios, amigos. What horror have you unleashed upon this poor, innocent city? Is everyone from Erebonia weirdo like that? I don't think I like the idea of that being the Empire stereotype. Huh? What I'm trying to say is that I think the majority of the people there are quite serious. I've read in a book that their ethos respects the strong, silent type. So what you're saying is that he's simply a weirdo because he's an artist. Now just hold up there, Estelle. If the artists of this world heard that, they'd be less than pleased. Also, again, covering an entire group in broad strokes, applying traits to an entire group of people is not really a good thing, honestly. Let's see, we need to report the information we got out of the General to Lucre. And it would be best if we let Mayor Mabel know after that, too. So first we visit the guild, then the mayor's residence. Okay, let's get going. Alright. So first things first, let's take a rest. My goodness, so cheap. I hardly earned any Mira through that? Come on! Anyway, Alright, report. Oh, right, the Elise Highway monster. Good work, Lexi. Okay, looks like you managed to achieve your objective. Come back in if you... Okay, I think we have to talk to him. Oh, it's you kids. So did you find out anything about the incident? You bet, valuable information at that. Estelle relayed the information they had obtained from General Morgan. Sky Bandits and the Capua family. You're right, that is valuable information. Looks like we'll be able to decide on a policy for the Bracer Guild related to this. However, I'm surprised to hear that General Morgan is an even bigger Bracer hater than I had originally thought. Yeah, I was really surprised myself. In Roland, the job of a Bracer is much respected by everyone, so to encounter someone that hates Bracers that much... Don't worry about it, General Morgan is an exception. Under normal circumstances, the Royal Army and the Guild maintain a pretty good cooperative relationship. However, it looks like this time you're going to have to deal with a lot more than you bargained for. Well, I guess we'll have to try and make steady efforts while maintaining a low profile. Looks like these recent burglaries are also the work of the Sky Bandits, right? Yes, taking into account the incident in Roland, it's pretty clear who's behind these. To call them burglaries is one thing, though, because most of the stuff that's been stolen hasn't been all that valuable. I would have never thought they would go as far as to commit a heinous crime like hijacking the Olinde. Now that you mention it, that is rather odd. The burglary that happened in Roland was also rather mild in comparison. Yeah, to hijack an airliner and then turn around and demand a ransom for the royal family? The risks there are greater than any potential reward. In light of that, we should probably do a little more on the investigative side ourselves. Okay. Think of it. Alright. Come on, Missy, I'm begging you. Please let us in. If I could just get a comment from the mayor, I'd be on my merry little way. Yeah, that's right. Of course I need a photograph, too. I'm sure the mayor would be flattered, but she's extremely busy. I'm going to have to ask all those without an appointment to leave. I hope you can understand the situation. Come on, I'm walking here, please. An incident this huge. We hardly know anything about the circumstances surrounding it. And I have an obligation to inform the readers. But, yeah, what about the readers? We can probably reach double the number if you had the mayor grace the cover. She's said to be very beautiful after all. Dorothy, why'd you have to go and say something like that? Huh? It was you saying the same thing, remember? You said if we didn't get any news to go on, we could lure customers to buy the magazine by featuring the sexy mayor on the cover. You idiots. Miss? Well, aren't you two a couple of interesting visitors? I'll make sure to tell Mayor Mabel about the details of our conversation. At the moment, however, I'm going to have to ask you to leave. Wait, this is a misunderstanding. Please leave. Fine. So are you going to be okay not getting a photo of the mayor then? Please, for the love of Idios and my sanity, just keep your mouth shut. Yeah, I'll wait for... I went more Italian than Brooklyn there. Ooh. Huh? Good afternoon, Lila. Oh, it's you Bracers again. Did you just return from the Hacken Gate? Yeah, something like that. So, those two you just turned away. A bunch of unscrupulous individuals. Really? Those miscreants said they planned to use the mayor to make some quick mirror. As long as I'm here to protect my mistress, I won't allow that to happen. I see. You're really serious about your job, aren't you? Deadly serious. That's because it's my duty. Anyway, why don't you all come inside? The mayor's waiting for you. Alright. And I realize that the mayor is waiting for us in here. Dealing with complaints from the citizens. Late delivery of goods to the Bowes Market because of the airspace being a no-fly zone. Servicing the sewer facilities. Selecting a congratulatory gift for Her Majesty the Queen. harm incurred by monsters on the new Ansel path? When will this paperwork finally end? Hello. Oh, are you back already? You look pretty busy, so would it be better if you came back at a later time? Ahem. Ah, no, you're fine. So you found something out from General Morgan, right? I'd like to hear about it. Good work. I feel like I have a much clearer picture of the situation now. First there was a hijacking by the Sky Bandits, now ransom demand. The situation is much more serious than I had originally anticipated. If the General hadn't found out we were bracers, I think we could have learned more, but... No, it's alright, I'm just glad to know that it wasn't a crash. With this information, I should be able to take effective countermeasures with the city. I might need to think of a way to inform the citizens of Bose and deal with the families of the passengers. I imagine that'll be quite a difficult task, considering you're already as busy as you are. Well, that's just the duty of a mayor. And since the identity of the criminals is now known, I ask that you continue your investigation of the incident. Of course, that was our plan to begin with. You've already had a run-in with these Sky Bandits before. And I'll wager the honor of the guild that this is one group we cannot simply leave up to the Royal Army. Yeah, that's for sure. There's Dad to find, and then we need to deal with those Sky Bandits once and for all. Huh? What's with that look, Joshua? I was just thinking, and no matter which way I look at things, I just can't believe it. What can't you believe? That Dad could get beaten by a bunch of Sky Bandits. Basing my judgment on the ability of the group that appeared in Roland, I'm in agreement with you there. Cassius could have easily dealt with a group of that caliber. Come on, Joshua, you too sure? You're giving him way more credit than he deserves. He's pretty good, I'll give you that, but I think it would be a bit of a stretch to take on an entire group. Do you mind if I ask you something? Are you trying to tell me that your father was aboard that airliner? Oh, I didn't mention that? I'm embarrassed to say it, but yeah, he was. Not to mention he's a bracer, too. His name's Cassius Bright. Did you just say Cassius Bright? Yeah, why? Do you know my dad or something? I've never met her in person, but I've heard a great deal about him. I'm sorry, I just don't know what to say. Might be able to use this to get some information from the army. Excuse me, Mayor? I'm very sorry, and I can empathize with what you must be going through. Is there anything I can do to help you clear up this incident, then I'm at your disposal. Anything you need, please don't hesitate to ask. Wonder what's up with the mayor. As soon as we mentioned Dad's name, she got all surprised. You're right, but I guess I can imagine where she's coming from. The mayor and the general have known each other for a long time, after all. Well, let's not worry about that right now. The real question is, where do we go from here? Just searching around blindly for the airliner and Skybands probably wouldn't amount to anything, right? I mean, if that's all it'd take, then the army would have found them a long time ago. Gasp. Huh? What's the matter with you two? Estelle, you've matured. If it had been the same use before, you probably would have said something like, let's just comb the entire region. Never thought I'd see the day where those words would come out of your mouth either. My heart's too full of emotions for words. So what are you two trying to say? You can be so rude sometimes, I hope you know. Haha, we were complimenting you, Estelle, seriously. Unfortunately, unlike Roland, the Bose region is enormous. I'm really hoping for a clue right about now. A clue, huh? Oh right, wasn't that Niall and Dorothy we saw ridden from the mayor's place earlier? He seemed pretty sorry for a story, but he's gotta know something by now, right? It's true he arrived in Bose a little before we did, so I think it may be worth talking to him. Wonder where they went. Alright. Yeah, he's in the bar. Gosh darn it. This ain't a joke, you know. Well, we found him, but he's drunk off his butt. Is having his article rejected really that much of a shock to his system? He's just acting like the man he is. Men are pigs, after all. Present company excluded, Joshua. Though he seems to have forgotten that alcohol is a drink to be consumed, not a drink to be consumed by. You're one to talk. Don't they sometimes call you Bottomless Shara? Oh please, Bottomless is much more suitable for a woman like I know. I, on the other hand, can hold my liquor. No matter how much I may drink, my face and my disposition remain unredolent. Don't you dare group a fun-loving drinker like myself in the same category as this clumsy lush. Oh, come now. When you get drunk, you lose it completely. Everyone around you gets a heck of a show, admit it. It's only true that Aina is like a bucket, sure as sieve. No matter how much you look at it, they're both pretty much bottomless. I'm sensing disrespect, children. Where am I? Good, you're awake, sort of. Drinking so much is not good for your health, you know. Ugh, my head. You're the bracer trainee, aren't you? Oh my goddess. What are you... the heck am I doing in Roland? Did I get that drunk? I made my way to Bose. What are you mumbling about, you sponge? You are in Bose, and so are we. Well darn, don't scare me like that. Oh, and I see you got a lovely lass with you. Named Sherazard Harvey. The pleasure's all yours, I'm sure. I'm the mentor of these two. Sherazard? Are you the infamous Silver Streak by any chance? Oh, you humble me, sir. I take you've heard of me then. Only rumors, I'm afraid, but yes, I know your name. You're one of the top young bracers, if I'm not mistaken. Which means you three are here to investigate the incident as well, I suppose. Oh, so you do have some brains left in there after all that booze. I'm impressed. Find anything out? We saw you by the mayor's house. You seemed pretty troubled. Dang, they saw that? Yeah, I was looking for clues and couldn't find any. That's what I figured. Darned Army's regulations on the spread of information really restrict what I'm able to learn anyway. And if I try to consult General Morgan of the Hacking Gate directly, I'll be held up for inspection for who knows how long. So I figured I'd at least try to score an interview with the legendarily voluptuous mayor, but a maid turned me away outright. And to top it all off, that useless girl kept screwing everything up. Everything! Oh, great ideas telling me what did I do to deserve this shabby life. Well, you did try to do an exclusive on the mayor's chest. But if you want information that badly, we might share some of ours with you. Huh? We're actually investigating the incident on Mayor Maple's behalf right now. So naturally, we've met with the mayor and General Morgan too, for that matter. Holy crap, you're serious? Yep, totally. Score! And the goddess gets the point. Blessed be the bounty of Idios. Please, I beg of you, tell me everything. Every last detail. We'll be glad to. However, aren't you forgetting something, Nihon? Huh? Information ain't free, you know. We'll scratch your back, and you need to scratch ours first. And get that look on your face. I totally do not mean that literally. You want mirror or something? My research funds are long exhausted at this point, I'm sorry to say. We're not interested in your money. We just find it fascinating that you made your way to Bose right after this incident occurs. Seems like you might have heard some interesting things yourself, that being the case. Here I thought you were a nice kid. Turns out you're just a slimy little leech like me. I'll tell you what I know, but rest assured that it's not big news by any stretch of the imagination. As long as it's related to the incident, no matter how trivial it may seem, I'll take it. Just don't be stingy. Give it to us straight, okay? Fine, fine. I'll tell you everything. On my honor as a newsman. Got clues to share? So if you take a note, I suggest get out your pen and paper. Ready whenever you are. Man, way to go, Joshua. You're on a roll. Well, if he ever gets tired of being a bracer, you know he'll have a bright future in racketeering with those skills. So first clue is the form of an eyewitness report from the village of Ravenu to the west. Talked to a villager who's come to Bose for a visit. She told me something very interesting. Apparently, she knows a kid who saw a huge shadow flying overhead on the night of the incident. A huge shadow flying overhead? Yeah, airship, I told him. Maybe even that missing one. But the army checked it out and found absolutely nothing. Aw, you meanie, you raised our hopes only to dash them straight away. So you're saying somebody saw something that was probably unrelated to anything? That's what I'm saying. I warned you it wasn't big news. I went to a lot of trouble to get that sad morsel too, with that information embargo in place and all. Well done. Now, let's hear that second clue of yours. Fine. Another thing I heard is that the military... The other thing I heard is that the military's intelligence division is on the move. Intelligence division? I've heard rumors about them. It's a new royally sanctioned branch of the army in charge of intelligence gathering and dissemination. That's the one. Well, yeah. Supposedly they can even stand toe-to-toe with the royal bodyguards. The man they put in charge, Colonel Richard, is apparently quite the whiz kid. If on the case, they said this incident is as good as solved already. Doesn't seem like your information will be much of use to us in our investigation. Yeah, well, I can say I didn't warn you. Sorry I couldn't help much on your end, but promise is a promise. I scratched, now it's your turn. Of course, a deal is a deal, after all. Joshua told me all about the incident in Roland, as well as the information received by General Morgan. Capitalists, sky bandits, a ransom demand to the Royal House and the Airship Corporations. Good God, that's exactly what I needed. That's a missing link I've been killing myself to find. Caught your fancy, did it? Absolutely, I can definitely write my article now. Can't waste my time getting drunk here. I have to find Dorothy, post haste. See you later, you wonderful people, you. See, they don't have to jump cuts every time someone stands up. They can jump like that. Wow, his spirit's certainly lifted fast. Well, he was chasing a busy story pretty unsuccessfully until we came along. It's only natural. Glad we could help him out. Oh, look at you, from Mr. I'll break your kneecaps if you don't talk to Mr. Nice Guy in under a minute. Talk about a split personality. Stop thinking weird things about me. I was just negotiating, a little give and take, nothing more. Bad boy exterior with a good boy inside, or is it the other way around? Either way, I'm sure the girls love him. But anyway, I'm sure we've only really dealt with scrupulous people thus far. We're pretty lucky in that regard. Start dealing with your weirdos, and that's where you'll need to bust out some really questionable negotiation techniques. Why were you looking at me when you said that? Anyway, that aside, was anyone else a little bothered when y'all talked about that huge flying shadow thing? Eyewitness report from Ravenue? I'd say there's a strong chance that there's nothing to it. If the army already checked it out. Yeah, but I mean, it's not like the army is totally infallible. They could have missed something. It wasn't General Morgan himself, after all, but one of his men. And some of those guys are pretty thick-headed. That is true. Probably worth looking into. Certainly can't hurt at any rate. Heh, you two are starting to get the hang of this, I see. Ravenue is a small village in the west. It thrives in fruit cultivation and exploring. Best way to get there is head out onto the West Bowes roads for a bit, then turn north onto the mountain trail. At which point, we'll be just a stone's throw away. Got it. Okay. Getting closer. Alright. Do we have any more Mira? No, we do not. Actually, I should probably save. My goodness, I had not saved in a long time. Okay. So yeah, pretty sure the Imperial Army, some faction within the army is involved. Right, turbo mode, keep forgetting. Yeah, and a couple things that they mentioned stood out to me. First,
Let's move out.
the surprise about Cassia's sprite. My current theory is that either the letter was a lure to try and... Oh, good, reviving bomb. I needed more of that. Actually, come to think of it, probably need more of that in general. Anyway, where was I? Right. So, the letter that Cassius received Oh gosh, I hate those rock peckers. They essentially, yeah, they essentially petrify you. Thankfully, they don't tend to do all much. Okay. So yeah, I think the letter to Cassius was either a lure
Let's move out.
to try and capture him. Either that or an attempt to blackmail him into helping out with the hijacking operation and the related operations. Or either that or someone in the Erebonian Bracer Guild warned him, like, hey, I know this thing is going on, you need to do something about it. Yeah, they essentially, like, stun you.
Oh, are we done already?
Alright. Yeah, I think I might have been a bit under-leveled. Oh, look! Ravenue Village. Perfect. Okay, so... Oh? Huh? Oh, hey! The, one of the people from the opening. Oh. Sherazard, is that you? Well, this is an unlikely place to run into the Silver Streak. Right back at you. They were in the Royal City, but are you here looking to look into the airliner incident? Now I'm hearing some chump errands. Speaking of the incident, I hear it was the work of the Sky Bandits. Still, if you're here on the job, then I guess I don't have to worry about it myself. Good luck to you. Is that all you've got to say? I'm sure you've heard that Cassius might have been taken hostage, right? Cassius Bright taken hostage? Don't make me laugh. That old man's not gonna get beaten by the likes of some Sky Bandits. Anybody saying that is severely mistaken. I'd like to believe that too, but I wonder who this guy is. I know, but he seems to fit the mold for a bracer. By the way, who are those brats who got taken along with you? Looking like a bunch of newbies to me. Well then, I'm sure you'll be surprised to hear that these brats are Cassius's kids. Real? Yeah, that's a surprise, alright. These are the old man's kids, huh? Hard to believe it. But why are you looking at us like that? This boy with the black hair is one thing, but the girl really looks like an amateur. You're sure she's really Cassius's daughter? Why should I saying that again with my staff in your teeth? She's the bona fide daughter of Cassius Bright, and I have to warn you, her bite is as good as her bark. I'm just his adopted son. No, Joshua, if you're adopted, you're a member of the family. Is that a fact? Oh well, it doesn't really matter. What do you mean it doesn't matter? Well, take it easy, Sherazard. Be careful not to let these brats track you down. Yeah. Make sure not to rush into any trouble yourself, either. I'll keep these words in mind. What's with that guy? He really pisses me off. I see, so that was Heavy Blade Augut, huh? Heavy Blade Augut? What a stupid name. Augut Crossner, Senior Bracer in the Bracer Guild. He works in all regions and isn't affiliated with any specific branch. His massive blade is said to be capable of slicing a monster in two with a single slash. I'll just tell you right now, he's one tough customer. Whatever, I don't care how tough he is, he's still a rude jerk. Come to think of it, how does he know Dad anyway? He seems to think highly of Dad's ability, but even so, he doesn't seem to like him all that much. There are a number of things in his past I can't get into. Those things are the reason why he feels that way about your father. Well, I couldn't care less about someone rude like that. Hey, well, let's head to Ravenue Village. Yeah, so as I was saying, I don't know if Cassius is actually directly involved. Honestly, based on what we've seen from him, I can see him standing down, dropping his weapon in like a hostage situation. In which case he kind of becomes a hostage as well. I definitely, absolutely think that the Royal Army is involved. I am calling it. I called it in the lost footage. I am calling it again now that the Royal Army, or someone in the Kingdom of the Barrel, is involved.
Let's do this!
I'm sorry. Why doesn't it damage them sometimes? Okay, tier on Charizard. Uh-oh. Oh my goodness, okay, tier on Estelle. Siblings heal each other. Alright. There we go. Okay. Please heal yourself, Joshua. There we go. Please heal your sister. Alright, let's... There we go.
Let's move out.
So yeah, that's all I really have to say about it right now. Oh good, a store I can pick up some stuff. So this is Ravni Village, huh? This sure is a peaceful place. Look, there's an orchard. The village is known for its production of fruit, but it used to have a rich mining history. I've heard there's an old abandoned septium mine to the north of here. You seem to know a lot about the place. Have you been here before? Yeah, when I was training to become a senior bracer. During that time, I covered the whole kingdom on foot without an airliner. Why? An airliner would have been so much more convenient. Airliners are certainly convenient, but they only go to the 5 major cities. If you get used to their convenience, your attention won't reach other places. You should first travel on foot and see the places you should protect with your own eyes. Is pretty much the way your father, there shouldn't be a comma there, recommended me to go about my training. Dad really said that? There's certainly a possibility that if an incident occurs in a place you're unfamiliar with, you could end up getting there too late. Also, it would be pretty advantageous to know geography when chasing a criminal. That's exactly right. Well, be that as it may, let's see what we can find out about the sighting. So what do you suggest? Should we just go talk to all the villagers? People would be suspicious of us if we did that all of a sudden. I think we should talk to the village elder first and see what he has to say about it. Okay. Alright, I think we'll just get some general goods here. Alright. Oh. Maple cookie, cheese, risotto. Oh. we can make wholesome pasta. Okay. Still need tricolored rice, fresh milk, and maple sugar. Actually, I should probably buy some fresh milk. Actually, the Moonlight Path. Alright, rest. Actually, there should be a restaurant around here, right? No, that's rooms. Oh, here's the restaurant. Didn't find it last time. Apple ice cream, fresh juice. Same price, and... Huh. Is apple ice cream with apple or something? I don't know. Yeah, I'm glad that they're kind of getting the creative with the okay. Yeah, after this cutscene. I haven't seen the likes of you around here before, so tell me, are you to buy some fruit? No, we're not merchants. We're here with the Bracer Guild. So are you the elder of this village? I guess you could say I'm something like that. You don't happen to be one of Agat's companions, do you? Well, we're all members of the same guild, but we're not companions exactly. We know him by face, and that's probably it. I see. He's traveling by himself as usual, huh? The village elder closed his eyes for a moment as a look of sadness passed over his aged features. I'm guessing, Agat was either born and raised here, or just raised here by the village elder, or came to the village's defense at some point. What's wrong, sir? It's nothing really. Please pardon my expression. Anyway, what brings you to this rural village of ours? Don't tell me that another dangerous monster showed up in the area. No, actually, we're in the middle of an investigation concerning the missing airliner. We came here because we heard there was a report of some kind of sighting. Ah, I see. The Royal Army came here and investigated that the other day. However, they searched around the area and ended up leaving empty-handed. Really, is that so? How about the person who saw the flying silhouette in the sky? It's one of the children here in the village, a boy named Louis. Yes, he has, other... Yes, he's a triplet, two other siblings named Dewey and Huey. He apparently saw some suspicious shadow making its way across the sky on the night of the incident. But he's a kid anyway you think about it, so he may have just imagined the whole thing while he was half asleep. Imagined it, huh? Guess the best thing we can do is ask him directly. Probably right about that. Thank you for your time, sir. Don't mention it. If there's anything else I can help you with, don't hesitate to ask. Okay. So... Alright, I think we'll talk to Louis next time. Gonna save again. Alright, so next time I should be able to reclaim the last of the lost footage and actually see some new stuff. Alright, see you then. Goodbye.